Okay, good morning. I hope you're well. So I thought we would have a little refresher today of, firstly, the endings of polus, which of course means many, and also of the aorist verb endings. And essentially what I've done is I've screenshotted the first 7 lines of the Iliad, and I thought we could just look at line 3, which I've highlighted, and kind of use that to remind us of the endings that I mentioned. So, just for some context, obviously, the proem is extremely important. The proem means this beginning, the beginning section of the Iliad. It's extremely famous. It's all about Achilles and his anger, his menace, which is the first word there. And I thought we could first just read through the highlighted line 3 and a bit of line 4, because that portion of the sentence goes over into line 4. So if we do that together now, Pollas dipthymus sukas aidi proiapsen heroon. Great. Okay, so just for some context, we're talking about the great effect of Achilles' anger in the Trojan War, and the line is essentially talking about the souls of heroes which go down into Hades because of this anger. So, as we see at the beginning of the line, we have here Pollas. So, and if we think about the ending here, oh, what's happening? My pen isn't really working. There we go, Pollas. Okay, yep, so that is accusative feminine plural of Pollas, and it's feminine plural because it agrees here with sukas, which is a feminine noun. So I thought we could just first go through the endings of the other forms of Pollas. So if we start with the masculine, then do the feminine and the neuter. Within that we can do singular, plural, and the usual way, nominative, accusative, genitive, dative. So you can go quite slowly, and if we try and work them out together. So if we start with the masculine forms, so first we have, pollus, then pollun, great. Genitive singular is pollu, and then dative singular polloi. Great, and don't forget the iota subscript here. Okay, and then the plural forms, so we have polloi. You might have heard the phrase hoi polloi, meaning kind of a crowd, and that comes from this form here, the plural, the masculine plural of pollus, and then accusative plural, pollus, genitive plural, pollon, with the omega, and then dative plural, pollois. Great. Okay, and then if we move to the feminine, then I'm going to ask you to just do a little comparison between the two forms. So, feminine nominative singular, we have, poller, accusative, pollen, genitive, polles, and then dative, polle, again with that iota subscript. Okay, and then the plural, so we have polli. Remember how in the plural we're turning to the alpha. The accusative plural is pollas, which we've already seen right at the top here. Okay, genitive plural, pollon. Oh, so that's the same in the masculine and the feminine. And then feminine dative plural, we have pollice. Okay, so the most important thing to note here is, of course, the difference in L, the lambda sounds. So here in the masculine, nominative and accusative singular forms, we only have 1. From genitive onwards we have 2, but then throughout the feminine we have the double all along. Great. So now if we just go over the neuter, which might be the form that you see more often than not. Okay, so neuter nominative singular, we have, pollu. Accusative singular, again, pollu, because of course, as we've been over, the nominative, as we've been over in previous lessons, the nominative and accusative neuter forms are almost always, and I think always, exactly the same. Okay, and then we have the genitive form. So now we're going over to the same as masculine, pollu, and then and ignore that, sorry, because of course it's iota subscript, polloi, so exactly the same conjugation as the masculine, and again we've gone from the single to the double. Okay, and then the neuter plural, so we have polla, polla, again, nominative and accusative the same, and now genitive plural, pollon, and then dative plural, pollois. Great. Okay, and again you can notice this similarity between the masculine and the neuter forms. Okay, we don't have long left, but I just thought in the last few minutes we could just remind ourselves of the endings of the aorist. So, as you've identified, this is the third person singular form. And if we just conjugate that as normal, so the first person singular active aorist form for proiapsen, the ending is, just on, proiapson. Then the second person singular, s, and then third person singular, as we've got here, is the n with the removable nu. Okay, and then quickly just do the plural. So we have the proiapsomen. There we go. My pen went a bit strange. Let me rewrite that. There we go. Proiapsomen. That's the first person plural form. Second person plural form, ete, and the third person plural form, on. So again, these two endings are the same. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll go over more of this next time.